All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Unwanted Opinion. Right now, we got the trio, Mr. De Blasio, AJ Russ, and you got Capers. There was an event over the weekend called My Birthday. I just turned 26, and my
Oh,
birthday actually started off good, like at midnight to like 4 a.m. when I was up, it was good. The closer that shit got to the Cowboys game, though, that shit got worse and worse and worse and worse. So I guess we can get the shit out the way, as AJ would say.
literally.
Um, the Dallas Cowboys were on the road against the Chicago Bears, and they opened up as a 2-point underdog later. No, yeah, later last week, and then closer to the game, they became a 2-point favorite. Boy, did the Bears blow that spread through the roof. The Cowboys get dismantled 31 to 14. The score probably was worse than it actually looked. Caleb Williams damn near could do no wrong just about. Cowboys had three turnovers, a fumble, a bad pick from Dak in the goal line, George Pickens dropping the ball for a pick. What's your guys' thoughts on that game?
I'll let AJ start on that one.
Okay, man. Beyond now, I mean, it's scheme, bro. It's scheme. It's scheme. It's scheme. I don't even want to talk about the offense. It's defense. Like everyone knows it. Eberflus. This is a game that you think that he would have, everything schemed up. The team that he used to coach for. Caleb Williams, the quarterback that he drafted. Literally, bro. He gave him a field day. It's like he was still working for him. I mean, I hope they left his ass in Chicago because it was just awful, dog. Like, bro, Trayvon Diggs. I mean, he slipped on that play, so I mean, okay. And they did man to man on that, but they're doing zone coverage the entire game, not adjusting at all. And then you only rushing with four. You're not getting any pass rush at all. You signed Jadeveon Clowney the week prior just to not play him. I mean, come on now. You need reinforcements there. And then I know Cowboys fans are going to say we still getting Deron Bland back, Overshown back. This stuff is beyond personnel. It's scheme. And it's
Yes.
just embarrassing to watch, dog. And then like Dak Prescott, he can play as great as he can. And then hopefully CD he's not out too much longer. But we're going to turn into essentially 2024 Cincinnati. Like that's what it looks
Ooh.
like right now. And exactly 9-8. What TP talked about being 9-8 and then just not being able to do anything. So it's awful. Like I talked about before we started the show, I want to beat Green Bay so bad. They're coming off of a bad loss against the Browns, so they're going to be amped up, and especially with Micah returning to Dallas. I just don't like it, man. And it's just awful to watch from a fan because every single time you see the defense get on the field, you're just waiting to have an inevitable heart attack because you just know that they're going to blow explosive plays, made Luther Burden look like the best wide receiver in this year's draft, 3 receptions for 101 receiving yards and a touchdown, Robert Dunze cooking digs, Caleb Williams turning into Patrick Mahomes. I mean, it's just awful. And I wanted to be Ben Johnson too because he did that trick play BS against us last year, and he did it again this year too. And just we had no pride, got the ball run on us 11 straight times, dude. It's just embarrassing, dog. And you have to hear all these fans just make fun of the Cowboys even more. Like it's awful, bro. Like
And
I hate.
speaking of that, AJ, to
Yeah.
your point about Ben Johnson,
Mm,
dude, he could have ran the clock out way earlier.
yes.
He was trying to destroy. Yo,
Mm,
does he like grew up hating the Cowboys or
I
something?
guess that's what it seems like.
Because boy,
I mean,
he
he
could
was
have
0-2 coming into today, so he probably just wanted to get his team rolling.
Yeah.
Joe. The game was over, and he was trying to
Well,
torch
what have the
them.
Lions done for the past year, 2 years,
Shit like
bro?
that. And they did the same thing to the Cowboys when they were at 47-9,
Well, that's because they did
throwing
that
the
like that
ball.
last year too. Because the year before when we beat them with that ineligible like linemen and stuff like that too, so they were salty about that. But regardless,
Yeah.
man, I don't care. The Bears are still ass.
For me, like, yeah, the Bears are still ass, but um, I kind of wanted to speak on the offense because
Mm.
we saw what Dallas's defense kind of was last week, and maybe we were expecting it to be a bit better, but obviously we'll get to the Giants later. But only putting up 14 against Chicago, who's been pretty suspect on defense in their own right, was kind of a concern for me. Dak still had a decent day, but the 2 picks really killed him. They were able to get a little bit of pressure on him, but like Dallas was getting chunk yards. They just weren't able to finish drives. And I know CD got hurt relatively early, but like 14 points against this was the second highest over under slate on this was the highest yesterday, and then tonight's game was the highest over under total. But like 14 points isn't going to cut it against the Bears, and it's not really a good look if next week you're going to have to play Green Bay, who's probably one of the top tier better defenses in the league.
Right. Yeah, no, that's true, bro. And then I'm just thinking, like, offensively, like you said, the Cowboys definitely did get chunk plays, and the Cowboys actually had some good play calls too. Like, I like the way Schottenheimer calls his offense. It's a lot of creativity and different shit that we've seen from the past. But bro, dude, I'm not outside of the turnovers. The offense played fine to me.
Right.
That defense is fucking terrible.
It's the worst I've ever seen.
Why is he like? I'm not even gonna lie, bro.
Uh-huh.
I know he gave Zimmer's defense looked equally as bad around this time
better.
last year.
He got better.
Around this time last year, it looked equally as bad.
Yeah,
so I will say that. And then he gave Zimmer the whole season. And as the Cowboys offense just went this way, the Cowboys defense went this way.
Right.
But I'm not gonna lie, bro. I would have fired that man.
Me too.
Right after the game.
The whole fan base wants him fired, literally.
Dude, that we needed. I
AJ
don't
wanted
know,
to leave him.
where the fuck is Where is Dan Quinn at when you need him? That's who I miss.
The ops.
I miss Dan Quinn.
With the ops.
I'm just saying.
It was just like, yeah, he's right. He really had one pick, but Pickens dropped one. It's weird because, like,
yeah,
I feel like not much has changed on the defensive side of the ball besides the scheme and the coordinator. Obviously, they lost Micah. We knew they were going to lose pressure off that. But I'm having a tough time like accepting that Micah just made the whole defense run as a unit. Like,
I agree. He made them better.
He did.
Like, obviously, he made them better. Obviously, he's one of the best pass rushers in the league. But this is a defense from Dallas that I couldn't tell you the last time I've seen a Dallas defense this bad. Like
2020
for sure.
2020.
No, last year.
Well, last year, but 2020 was awful too, though, bro.
2020. I think this is the worst Dallas defense I've seen over the last 10 years.
This is what I'll say. That could be true. Last year around this time, it was equally as bad.
Yeah, they've allowed 92 points in 3 games this season already.
Oh, that was terrible.
And it's not like what's making it worse for me. And I'm not trying to shit on you guys. I promise. I got my own problems. I'm just trying to like.
You're just talking about the topic. We understand.
Talk about the topic. Like, this is 31 from the Bears, who they have Ben Johnson. And they've looked good in spots this year.
Right.
But then last week, Caleb 304 touchdowns. That's too much. Last week it was Russell Wilson for 450 and that's too much. And then obviously week 1 wasn't much of a, they didn't throw the ball against you guys type thing.
Right.
So
it's the first game, and both teams had time to prepare for it too. So yeah. So
I'd be highly concerned defensively, and then I think without CD it was kind of tough on the offense. So they need him back next week. For sure.
They need to trade for Trey Hendrickson.
No, we don't.
Why not?
No, we don't.
Why not?
Well, because if you trade for Trey Hendrickson, it's kind of the same. Like, why didn't you just pay Micah then?
Yeah,
that's real. But we need
Trey Hendrickson is really good.
But you probably should trade for
something.
Him,
you need to do something. We need to do something.
I like Trey Hendrickson though, but no, this is what I'll say though. Listen, Micah, as good as he is, Joe's right, and like I could talk about how good Micah is and what happened last year, like how the Cowboys defense looks now. Micah played before he got hurt in that Giants game. Micah played, and the Cowboys defense was still getting torched. But this is what I'll say. He helps out, at least on the pass rush side of things, he helps out because
he speeds up the quarterback. Yeah.
And he gives everybody's going to get one-on-ones now. But there's not a guy on the Cowboys front where you're giving attention to.
Nope.
You're not giving attention to Fowler or Sam Williams or Oso Digizor. None of these guys. Nealon, nobody, bro.
Right.
There's nobody where you're like, oh, shit, we got to play this dude this week. We got to devote our attention. Make sure we identify him every play. Yeah. They can just play regular.
Right.
On top of that, like I was saying earlier in the group chat yesterday, to me, it looks like those guys aren't even in position to make plays.
Eberflus.
Yes.
Eberflus. He doesn't know his
And
personnel. Clearly,
exactly, because you wouldn't be having Donovan Wilson if you knew your personnel. I'm talking, not even just talking about this game. You wouldn't have Donovan Wilson playing deep.
Exactly.
Donovan Wilson needs to blitz. Donovan Wilson needs to play forward. He needs to be in the box.
And the thing with Donovan Wilson is he's actually a good player.
He is.
Made him look like shit last week, especially because he's putting him deep, which he has no
business,
no right being back there.
No business being that.
That wasn't his fault. Like that wasn't his fault.
That's what I'm saying. He can't. Bro, his strength is in the box. For all that, if you're gonna play deep, Wanye Thomas's strengths are in the box. Exactly. You probably need to play him then. And then on top of that, it's like, bro, this was just stupid. And I'm talking about the Micah trade. And here's why. Now, you probably were going to lose this trade this year anyway. Mm-hmm. And who knows what these picks might come into. Like the Cowboys could draft 3 out of the 4 first-round picks could really hit. Mm-hmm. So that's good. But if you wanted to stop the run, why didn't you just trade for Kenny Clark and pay Micah?
Yeah, you could have sent a second-round pick to Green Bay or something like that.
Yeah.
It's very weird because it's like that's how negotiating goes with Jerry all the time. It's like he'll hold that, and then he'll pay them. And this is the one guy he chose not to pay.
Yeah, he held out, and then didn't pay him.
He wanted to deal with just Micah and not his agent either, which because he was trying to screw Micah over, I guess, on some type of money. If you want to look on the bright side, Javonte Williams is a fucking bowling ball.
Yeah.
Yo, he's nice.
He totes him.
He runs.
Okay, so I'll give him his props real quick. When I seen him, I always thought Javonte Williams was corny. Not only because I actually thought he was corny, I also bet on him a couple times last year, and he sold my bet slip like 3 separate occasions.
That's really why.
Where I needed that. No, I thought he was corny though, and that's why too though. And he sold my bet slip on 3 separate occasions when I was going to win big, and I just needed him, and he didn't do shit. But I'm looking at this dude. I'm like, yo, there's no way he's going to be a big upgrade from Rico Dowdle, bro.
It is.
Bro, that motherfucker runs his ass off.
Yeah, he totes.
He runs hard. He totes, and he don't – listen, he fights, bro.
Yeah.
So I got to give it to him. And that fumble that he did, that was just a hell of a play.
Yeah, it was.
But, yeah.
So that's all I got to say. There's a few other positives. I mean, I think Jake Ferguson and Dak Prescott are, really good rapport. Pickens back-to-back weeks with a touchdown. I know he dropped the ball to end up with the first Dak pick. But it's only week 3 of Pickens being in Dallas, and he already has 2 touchdowns, so that's a good thing. I think what's his name? Kevontae Turpin is he kind of has a knack for big plays.
Yeah,
which is a good thing. Good. All that being said, 14 points yesterday. So
yeah,
there you have it.
And the offense is a strong suit regardless, and the defense is absolutely shite. So
I hate that's just bad. Like I'm gonna just repeat myself. You could have just paid him and traded for Kenny Clark, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, so stupid. We'll see how this trade works out, though. But bro,
we're playing against them next week, so
it's a long-term trade, right? So
it's a long-term trade.
But that's why we can have confidence in saying I know right now. We'll probably talk about it a little bit later. But Green Bay still has a lot to show too. They haven't won anything, especially with how Jordan Love played yesterday.
They got stuff to prove too.
Exactly.
That's true. But we good on the Cowboys front?
Yes, beyond good.
Good. I don't want to talk about these motherfuckers no more today at all. All right. So I remember I said it. Now the Cowboys game was the game of the week. You know what I'm saying, on paper. But we knew the real game of the week though. Eagles versus Rams at home. The Eagles beat the Rams in the playoffs last year. And like I told you guys on the show, I talked to players on the Rams, defense specifically, and they told me they could not wait to see the Eagles again because they thought they should have beat the Eagles the first time.
Well, so
then boom, they come into Philly, and that defense did their thing in the first half. They did their thing halfway through the third quarter. And then a flip got switched. And boom, I said a flip got switched. A switch got flipped.
That's all right. I was gonna let that roll. I wasn't gonna say.
Yeah. I had to hold on. I'm going too fast. They were up 26-7, right?
26-7.
Yeah.
And then they ended up losing the game 33-26.
Yeah, 26 unanswered points.
So let's talk about it. The Eagles fans, a Eagles fan came at Joe this morning, like early this morning.
Yeah, too early. So I'm going to start off on that.
Let's let Joe go.
You're going to come at me for talking about Jalen Hurts as a bum. Meanwhile, the whole world's thinking it. You're going to come at me with all this. What are you going to say now? What are you going to say now? I mean, if you watch the show, I actually said that Jalen Hurts would get the passing game going, and I predicted 2 passing touchdowns this week. So, first of all, don't come at me when I was backing your boy. Second off, he still didn't have that great of a game. He passed for 220 and 3 touchdowns, but a lot of that 220 was A.J. Brown making ridiculous plays, coming back to the ball and snatching balls out of cornerback's hands after Hurts lollipopped it to him. I'm going to blame this loss on Matt Stafford.
Thank you.
The Rams special teams. You're up by 19 at halftime. You don't score a single point. They scored a touchdown in the third quarter. But that was their only score of the second half against this Philly defense that still looks suspect in the secondary. But yeah, don't come at me. You guys got 2 lucky-ass field goal blocks just like the Chiefs last year. The Rams should have won this game. They lost it themselves. That being said, it's almost like, oh, my God, if I do throw the ball to A.J. Brown, he will do something. If I do throw the ball to Devontae Smith, the best second wide receiver on the team, he will do something. Oh, my God, if we don't run the ball every play, we could score points. It took them a minute to even, when they started to throw the ball, and they were like, I don't know what to do here. And it took them a minute until, they were able to get some big plays down the field. That being said, I still have no faith in their quarterback. And I'll say it again. I have no faith in that quarterback until he proves otherwise. He's Super Bowl champion. You got to be able to throw the ball to win. I think they have a lot of positive game script, which protects him a lot. They run, they play good defense. Yesterday kind of showed early he was really struggling. Then he figured out, he can throw lollipop balls to A.J. Brown. He's going to come down with 80% of them. So, I don't know. Rams blew it. Eagles fans going to be happy about this one and say, oh, what about now? I still don't think it was that impressive, bro. I don't.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Oh, shit. That's crazy. I wasn't expecting that ending. You really don't think it was that impressive?
The quarterback?
Oh. I thought you was talking about the Eagles.
The win itself, I mean.
I was about to say that was pretty impressive to just look like shit. And
is it impressive to get 2 field goal blocks, or is that like the NFL script writers having a field day on the Los Angeles Rams, bro?
AJ, go ahead, bro.
I hate to give Eagles fans credit too, though. I mean, I kind of agree with Joe, to be honest. But from the quarterback perspective, I mean, he made plays. Yeah. Okay, cool. He has good weapons. We know that. But I mean, to score 26 unanswered points is pretty. I mean, 27 unanswered points. Yeah, 26. Okay, 26 is pretty. It is pretty impressive. I mean, their defense we already knew is one of the best in the league too. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But one thing I have to say though about next week, Tampa Bay is coming, hopefully. But yeah, hopefully, I think that they can give him a real challenge. I'm still not necessarily, like the rest of the league. I was watching Get Up this morning. They're talking about what's called the Eagles feel inevitable. They remind them of the Patriots and the Chiefs with Mahomes and stuff like that. Like they feel inevitable. They're gonna find a way to win. Yeah, they're great in situational football, but still, bro, like the right team is gonna beat them. And they won the Super Bowl last year. We know this. But for the people thinking that they're gonna repeat, I'm not on that hill at all. So this is still a long season to go, and Eagles fans are going to talk trash regardless. It's Philadelphia. We already know what they are. But let's still calm down.
The right team is the Rams.
I hope so.
Well, it is. If you look at
I was just about to ask.
Watch the game yesterday. The Rams are better than them after watching that shit yesterday. They just
need to win it. They need to execute.
They just got to hit field goals at the end of the game.
No.
They hold Saquon to I got to get the right number here. I know it's 18 attempts for 46 yards. So he's averaging 2.6
wow.
2.6 yards per carry against the Rams.
Way better than last year. He had
because he killed the Rams.
Yeah.
Looks like they made some adjustments. They stopped the run. And even Jalen, I mean, he had 40 yards, but on 9 attempts. So
right.
Yeah.
They're able to stop that run. I think the Rams are still the team to beat Philly. I think that's the best matchup. Maybe they'll pay more attention to A.J. Brown next time if they see him in the playoffs.
They paid attention. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. They paid attention to him. Okay, so here's my point. Let me rewind. Okay, so they're driving and they're getting touchdowns, and then they're getting to the goal line, or they're having drives that need to be extended. And Matthew Stafford is overthrowing wide open people, and they have to punt the fucking ball. Yep. Instead of punishing the Eagles, he let them off the hook because he was selling. Yeah. Dude.
Yeah, he sold.
It started with
Devontae Adams, wide open. Puka on a comeback or a crosser route, wide open. Tight ends, wide open. Dude, these are clean pockets, and he couldn't make a single pass. And then they do get to the goal line, and then they get a touchdown. And the offensive lineman tackles Jihad Campbell like a WWE tackle, like a spear in the goal line. That was a great call by the refs, by the way. That was a great call. And he didn't have to do that. He was going to score anyway. You wipe away 7, you add 3. I think if my math is correct, it probably should have been close to 29 or 32-7. If everything went right. Now, obviously, everything probably ain't going to go right.
Right.
But Matthew Stafford let them off the hook. The offensive lineman, that was a big play. Now, people didn't know then because of the way the game was heading, but that deemed to be huge late. And then they kept A.J. Brown in check. They kept everybody in check. Put them away. You know what I'm saying? Put them away, and then the defense can play more safe, and then the game will be over.
Right.
That's all. But I do agree with Joe, though. They are the right matchup for Philly. Trust me. Don't let this game fool you because the Eagles ended up winning this game. If the Eagles play like that again, if they see them in the playoffs and they play like that again, I promise you, it doesn't matter where the game's at, they're going to lose.
Yeah. Because, I mean, the Rams, they'll adjust to that, especially from that matchup. But we got to understand McVay is still arguably the best coach in the league. So, yeah, I agree on that front.
Yeah, AJ, I agree.
The Rams that I saw yesterday was the loss of their third wide receiver, Robinson. It's kind of big. Stafford he had a bad game, 196. 112 of those yards went to Puka, and then 56 went to Devontae. The rest went to, like Kyron and like one catch from Whittington. But they're missing that third wide receiver. I thought Tutu Atwell was decent for them last year and the year before that, but he was nowhere to be found. Denard Robinson was actually huge for Stafford. They had a good rapport, and he's going to have to find somewhere else because if you're throwing 70% of your yardage to one receiver, you're probably not going to win that game anyway.
Right. Yeah. But he tried. He tried to get Adams the ball. He couldn't do it. This dude couldn't fucking do it. And then the one time he did make a good pass. He did make a good pass on that fade. Like it was like a double move, slot fade. And he had him. I think it was Blankenship on him. Blankenship made a good play. And even with that, Adams still should have caught it. So that I will give Stafford a pass on that. But I'm not going to lie, guys. He's getting 95% of the blame today. I truly believe they should have put that game away way earlier. Look at my dog sniffing the Parsons.
They should have put that game away much earlier. And then, it's Stafford, and then let's make a field goal, bro.
There you go.
That was the league yesterday. Blocked field goals all day.
And the funny thing is,
it all happened at once.
Yeah,
what's crazy? It all happened at once. And what's crazy about it is like special teams. Dude, did you see the Rams kickoff kicker keep like bouncing the ball and making that dude drop it every single
that was
time.
crazy. That was crazy.
That was the craziest thing. That was some of the craziest shit I've ever seen. Dude, however he kicks that ball and kicks it short and makes it bounce, it worked every single time. Like, think about that though, Joe. The Eagles did this comeback with terrible field position.
They did. And can I tell the Philly fans something? So they stop coming at me, even though I did say, "Oh, I think he's gonna have 2." Well, he had 3 passing touchdowns. You guys are so much more fun to watch when you're throwing the damn ball. So much more fun. Like when I see Philly versus Eagles on a primetime game, I'm like, "Well, this is gonna fucking suck," because you guys are gonna run the ball out, and the Chiefs suck. Their offense is piss poor too. Like, I think yesterday was much better for the average fan and not a Philly fan to watch, because maybe we just need Philly to be down 20 every game so they start throwing the ball.
Right.
Man, I guess so.
Like they're like, fine, we'll do it.
Yeah, and then one last thing, that game's got to be at least 4:25 for Sunday Night Football.
No,
I agree.
They're doing the same thing next week, which I can understand, but I don't love it. They're doing the same thing, Philly, Tampa at 1. But Ravens, Chiefs is at 4:25. Like, I guess I could understand that. But that Philly Tampa game it can't be a 1:00 game, bro.
I agree with that. It's not Philly too.
The Sunday night game is good too. I mean, obviously it's Micah's return, but like it can't be a 1:00 game.
Yeah.
I agree. Speaking of Sunday Night Football, let's now move on to a game that happened last night. A very controversial game. All week, we've been making an emphasis and talking about this game all week. Joe, me, AJ, TP, Ignorant Thinker, the whole cast almost couldn't wait for this fucking game. Giants hosted the Chiefs at home. I'm just going to make this shit short. The Giants lost 22-9. I just want to kick it to Joe. I want to hear his thoughts about this, because that's really why we're here. We just want to talk to Joe.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm gonna take it on the chin like a man, but there's a lot of things I can say about this game last night. I'm gonna start with, this is the second year in a row where your kicker may be injured and you don't come into the game with a backup kicker. Giants could have started off the game 3-0. Was forced to go for it on 4th. And obviously the Chiefs went down and scored 2 field goals after that. Still in the game. Tie the game up 6-6. They try to kick an extra point. Tied up after a Scatterbo touchdown, which he has some juice to him. I like Cam Scatterbo.
It's nice.
But tie the game up. They try to kick a field goal, and it's blocked by 2 different people on the same play. So obviously we don't have a kicker. And then right before half, you get 2 penalties, which couldn't really see that coming, but gets the Chiefs down in the field goal range. It's 9-6 at halftime. If we had a kicker, we'd be winning 10-9. Actually, we would have been winning 13-9 because we were in field goal range twice in the first half. So that, for one thing, is it can't happen 2 years in a row as a head coach, or I don't know who you want to blame that on, but it can't happen. You can't come to the game without a kicker, or at least a backup kicker. And then you get Russell Wilson, who looked like Peyton Manning last week and Russell Wilson this week. He came into the game, and you could just see it on his face. Like, the whole first drive, they were handing the ball off. The second drive, he's like, I don't know where the fuck the guy from last week went, but he was scared shitless. He looked like a bitch, to be honest. Like, in the pocket, he's scared. His left tackle and right tackle have 100% pass block win rates the whole game, and he's still escaping the pocket when nobody's around. He's running for his life, but there's a clean pocket. He's forcing balls up. He's just trying to throw 50-yard bombs that are getting intercepted. So obviously they're going to have to transition to Dart this week. No excuses, no exceptions. It just has to be done. This is now 2 weeks in a row where Dart comes in and he doesn't throw a pass, but they run that read option shit, and it
Oh,
worked
man.
2 weeks in a row though. Like last week against Dallas, Scatterboo ran for like 25 down to the goal line, and then they scored. This week, Scatterboo runs for 15, and then they take him out, and they ran 2 straight plays with Dart, that read option shit, and got big plays out of it. They take Dart out because we're on like the 5-yard line. They run the same play with Russell Wilson. He falls on his own feet. So,
oh, wow.
Very unfortunate there. Also have 4 plays from 1st and 5 from the 5-yard line, 1st and goal from the 5, and Russ is throwing it to the cameraman. He's running it and falling on his feet, and then to finish it off, he throws it at the goal post on 4th and goal. He didn't target one receiver in that whole trip in the red zone, and that tends to be the Russell Wilson case. I mean, we've been the worst offense in the red zone for the first 3 weeks. We've been in the red zone, which is a good sign. We've been in the red zone, but they just haven't been able to score. On the other side, Chiefs are not good. Obviously, they're missing Rice and they're missing Worthy, so maybe still have a shit run game. Pacheco 10 for 45. I mean, that's better than what he's done, but not great. Mahomes looks good himself. He had a really nice touchdown pass to Tyquan Thornton, snuck it in right behind Andrew Phillips. I thought it was deflected, and then he caught it, and I was like, okay. So that was a great throw. He had a couple throws that should have been intercepted. He had 2 that we just dropped again, just like last week. He had pressure in his face all night. They scored 22 points, but I feel like a lot of that was just because of Russell Wilson stalling or not having a kicker. So giving them good field position. But the Giants could have easily won this game if they had any competent quarterback behind the line, but they didn't last night. And I think that's probably, I think Russell Wilson threw himself into retirement. I think that might, I know that's his last week as a Giant starter. Do we trade him to Cincinnati? Maybe.
Maybe.
He's definitely 3 weeks into his Giants tenure. He's thrown himself out of the starting job, unfortunately. But again, like, if you watch the game, the Giants can compete, bro. They can compete.
Yeah.
I think with Dart, that's a bit of a different game. Not like I think we could have won that game, but like if you had a kicker in Jackson Dart, I think we could have won that game. I don't know if I'm sounding crazy, but I really do think.
No, you don't sound crazy. You just sounded crazy last week. That's all.
But what I said was all true except the Russell Wilson part. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. Why you thought Russell Wilson was going to be that?
Because you guys made me think he was going to be competent. You guys, it's your fault, really. It's not my fault at all.
No, it's not. Listen, we tried to tell you, bro. Or I tried to tell you. Bro, the Cowboys defense sucks. And it was play calling. And Russ wasn't working the field, though. He was bomb.
All I needed was 1 touchdown from Wilson, 1 rushing, and a few field goals. Wilson didn't show up, and our kicker supposedly got hurt. One last thing before I let you guys go.
Good.
Our kicker supposedly gets hurt in pregame warmups.
Right.
Scatterboo is balling. He goes over to the kicker, and he's like, what the fuck is wrong with it? Like, he grabbed him and was like, are you fucking joking?
Right.
Do you know that in the 4th quarter, this goddamn kicker came out to kick a field goal?
No.
The starting kicker came out and kicked a field goal, and he made it.
Yeah, I did see it. He looked like he was hurting after, too, though. He made it.
Like, bro.
Shit.
And our kicker gets $5 million a year, and he's done this shit twice. That's all. I think we're still competitive. Obviously, I don't think playoffs is even close, but I think we're able to compete with a lot of teams, a lot of good teams.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Dart starts next week, and we'll take it from there. And I think we'll get some juice out of Dart.
All right, go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, I think that Dart element, I see what you're saying in terms of maybe, I guess, having a better chance, but I think he provides like the element of surprise because, teams haven't seen him necessarily besides the preseason, but that's different too as well, too, because it's a different offense. But yeah, the Giants, though, I mean, they're a competitive team. I mean, everybody saw that going into this season, they would be better, even from a defensive line standpoint in general. But just the thing about it is with the quarterback play, I mean, And I understand, the philosophy of letting quarterbacks sit. I think it's different case by case. Like you kept hearing, Chris Collinsworth talk about, well, Patrick Mahomes, he waited to sit.
Oh,
And
you
then
heard that multiple times last
I
night.
get tired of that comparison, bro. Just let the dude play. I mean, and I get people, you learning playbooks and stuff like that too, though. But like, there's no better thing than playing football and being on the field. So ultimately, you want to get Dart on the field, whether it's the Chargers, Saints, whoever it is. I mean, it's going to happen inevitably. And you talked about Russell Wilson potentially being traded. I can see what you say about him retiring too, though, because I think he has a big ego. I mean, like he seems humble like that. He is humble to an extent, but like he even saw that with Denver and stuff like that too. Like if he can't start, I feel like he just rather retire. Because I mean, he's already made like almost $300 million as a starting quarterback. So I understand he's just not the best, not the great quarterback like he was, and he's a captain on the team. Yes, I guess, but like it's inevitable that Dart needs to start soon too. I mean. And in the offense, it's not creative right now, too. I mean, it seems like when the elite neighbors, they're just trying to send him goal balls every single time, which works, yes. But besides that, though, I mean, you should work him, move him around in the slot and stuff like that, too. Neighbors, you can make the argument that he's already near a top 5 level receiver in the league right now in his second season, but he's not being utilized right. So that's that there. For the Chiefs, though, I mean, yeah, like you talked about, they weren't really impressive to me. I mean, Tyquan Thornton, he made some great catches from Mahomes, too. They're really waiting for Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy to be back. And I think that the game against Baltimore next week could be ugly, honestly. It really can be.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I was very concerned by the way they played. We kind of knew this already, though. Ever since the Super Bowl, we've seen them play, and they haven't looked great at all.
Right.
And they haven't even looked good. And they also had multiple plays. Like I mentioned the drop picks, but they threw the ball behind. They had 2 backward passes last night that both ended up in luckily in a Kansas City player hand. Like Bobby Okereke, our starting linebacker, had the ball. Like Capers, I don't know if you saw it. Mahomes threw it backwards. Our linebacker picked it up.
Yep.
And then Mahomes just grabbed it from him like he was giving out candy on Halloween. Like it was.
Giants could score a touchdown. Yeah.
But yeah, I think with Russ, I think he does have a huge ego and he hides it. Like
for sure.
Even in his post game, he's like, "You got to have thick skin," because they were booing him. Like, oh, you just got to play better, bro. You just got to be a leader. You just gonna be like, I played like shit, whatever. But I think with Dart, it's not known, but I have a hard time thinking that the offense doesn't get more creative. I think it'll get much more creative. You can line up neighbors wherever you want with Dart. You can run RPO stuff. And then I just think that the red zone offense would get – I mean, it has to get better, right?
Right,
it can't get worse. It can't get worse.
That's true. You can only go up.
I mean, I'm sitting here on a Monday morning still optimistic, still seeing that we can compete with teams. We're just missing a few things, and the few things are possibly quarterback and maybe a defensive coordinator, even though the defense looked relatively good last night. Like pass rush got to Mahomes, Abdul got to him hella. Brian Burns is a fucking beast. Like he's playing out of his mind.
Absolutely.
Dexter Lawrence is seeming to be a bit injured. I think he's just being a bitch. But I think with the quarterback change, I'm not saying we go on a run, but we'll stay competitive. And I think this team has a decent future ahead of them. I do. Now
I do too.
Completely by just what the Giants do all the time, but
I do too. They have a future for sure, bro.
And last thing is, I'm seeing all these. You got to fire Dayball. You got to fire Shane.
No, you don't.
You can't because they drafted this guy, and if you want Dart to be your starting quarterback, you got to let them work for him.
Right.
With him for at least 2 seasons.
Right. You can't just bring him a new coach. Yeah.
You're gonna ruin Dart. You're gonna ruin him from the start, the same way they did with Daniel Jones.
Right.
So you want to? I got Giants fans screaming to fire him. You're gonna do the same shit you did to Daniel Jones, and expect Dart to just be like the Messiah, bro. Like that's just not gonna happen. You got to let it just run its course. And if it doesn't work, then you try again. But you don't fire a guy every 3 years,
right?
Get a new GM and then fire a guy 3 years later. It's not how you build a team.
Yeah, it's not how you build a team. And speaking of Daniel Jones, him, that Colts defense,
hooping,
and Jonathan Taylor,
hooping,
3-0,
hooping. I'm super happy for him.
Me too, man.
Right when he left, I was like, I'm gonna root for this guy his whole career.
Yeah, he's good.
I thought it was gonna be with Minnesota for real, but
I wish it was with Minnesota too, bro.
They were just in a bad spot. They drafted JJ, so they had to
give it to him.
If he had them weapons, Oh,
But I was
shit.
really impressed with that yesterday because I think Tennessee has a somewhat decent defense, definitely good run defense.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, for
Taylor
sure.
obviously went crazy, and just Jones they don't punt. They punted once. They punted once.
No, the offense is balling.
Like even when Jones has to be kind of like a game manager himself, he goes 18 for 25. He throws for 228.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's still more yards than Jalen Hurts yesterday. So.
True. It's true. Hey, he ain't lying. He's not lying.
Oh, shit.
But again, they put up 41 points in Tennessee. Like I could.
Yeah.
It's a lot of points, bro. It's a lot of points.
Joey's funny, man. I love Joey.
I'm
All
happy
right, so
too.
listen.
I'm happy too
Go ahead,
because
AJ.
I live in Houston. I live in Houston. You know, the Texans, the past 2 years, they've dominated that AFC South. They thought it was going to be easy to win again, and then you see what the Colts are doing now. So I'm happy about it. And the Texans are winless. That's a good thing.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, we can go on.
So it was the one before we get to this Monday night preview that we got.
Bet.
I just wanted to go over one game briefly that surprised the hell out of me.
Mm-hmm.
How about the Panthers beating the fucking Falcons by 30?
BTA.
The Panthers shut the Falcons out.
Yes, bro.
30-0.
Yes. Especially after the Falcons won in a way they against Minnesota the week before.
I know. What's the guys' thoughts on that? Damn.
Yeah, I mean, I'll let AJ go first. I got a decent amount of thoughts on that.
Bryce Young, before I even say it, Bryce Young, like he had a Jalen Hurts stat type, 121 yards.
They didn't have to. They ran like Philly's offense yesterday.
Right.
Literally. So go ahead.
Yeah, because they forced 2 interceptions on Michael Penix Jr. and a pick 6. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if y'all remember Week 18 last year. It wasn't a blowout too, but the Panthers beat the Falcons then as well. So
true. That's true.
I think Carolina
kind of lucky got their number in some ways and aspects, and people were making a big deal about Kirk Cousins coming into the game, but
yeah,
I don't know, bro. Like I think Carolina, they looked good towards the end of last year. They did. I think Young still looked shaky.
Yeah,
like, he had some big yards last week, but it was because they were down by 30 almost.
Right.
But they were able to get the run game going. They have a new number 1 in Tet, who's great. They only had to get him the ball a certain amount of times yesterday because they were blowing him out. On the Falcons side, listen, I thought Penix was the guy, and then I see a stat that I know it's super young into his career. He hasn't even played a full season, but he's 0-4. He's 0-4 against teams that score 7 or more points in a game.
Wow.
I'm going to say that again, Capers.
Wow.
Michael Penix is 0-4 against teams that score 7 or more points.
Wow.
So, obviously, I mean, he hasn't played a full season.
Wow.
That's not good. And, I mean, he's got all the weapons, and if you can't score against Carolina, I don't know what their plan is over there. But, yeah, that's a wild stat.
It really is. Most teams are going to score more than 7. So.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But yeah, 30-0, bro. I mean,
30-0 shutout.
I came into this year thinking like Carolina's offense will be fun to watch. I didn't think they were going to win any games.
Right.
I still don't think they're going to win many games, but Carolina could like be fun, which is always good for the league. So
6-11, 7-10.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see. And before I get to this Monday night game, the last topic, Sat Veer was so happy yesterday, Joe.
Why?
You know he's a Panthers fan.
Oh yeah,
Sat Veer's a Panthers guy.
I feel bad.
Yeah. Anyway, there's a big game tonight. The Baltimore Ravens host the Detroit Lions at home. The Ravens are favored by 4.5 points. You know what I'm saying? 2 really good teams. MVP quarterback, 2 really good offenses. What's your guys' predictions for tonight?
Go first, Joe.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
I'm hoping
he just said everything. He said everything without saying nothing.
Yeah, for real. I'm hoping for a shootout. We've had some duds on Sunday night and Monday night as well. So I'm hoping for a really good game. This is really hard to predict. Like really hard to predict. I think I got to go with the Ravens. but don't. I'm not betting on the Ravens.
Mhm.
I just think it's gonna be a really good game. I think two really good offenses, suspect defenses for sure.
Mhm.
I think Goff looked really good last week
Mhm.
without Ben Johnson. Can they replicate that into Baltimore in a hostile environment on Monday Night Football? I think they can. It's for me. I think it's just who's going to score the most points tonight, and that's who's going to win. But I'm super excited for this one. I'm very happy that this is a Monday night game.
Okay, so AJ, I'll let you go. This is it.
I want it to be a really good game, but I don't think the Lions match up well against Ravens. That's just my opinion. And I talked about it last week too. I mean, a couple of years ago, a lot of people were looking forward to the game when they played against each other, and the Ravens won by 32 points, winning 38-6. And then when we talk about predictions, you'll see why I think it's going to be something similar to that. But I don't know. The Lions offense looked good last week. Granted, it was against the Bears too, though. So we'll see.
Yeah.
And the Ravens defense, though, they were shaky the first week against the Bills. So I will say that's against a team that has an offensive firepower, similarly to what the the Lions have, but the Lions lucky have more in my opinion in terms of
They do.
standpoint. So see about that. But yeah, I just think that the Ravens, especially from an offensive perspective, with Derrick Henry, with Lamar, are gonna wear out the Lions defense. Even though the Lions has some good weapons, obviously, defensively with Aiden Hutchinson, defensively in the secondary, Kirby Joseph, Brian Banich, but I think the Ravens should win this game, in my opinion.
Now, that's interesting you say that, AJ.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with you. And I do think that the Ravens should win this game. I do think the Ravens will win this game.
Mm-hmm.
But, bro, the Lions offense matches up well with that Ravens defense.
It does.
Especially with how shaky they've been. And they got two running backs.
Mm-hmm.
They got Gibbs, they got Montgomery, they got a tight end, they got 2-3 wide receivers. The only way the Lions win this game, though, is A, they keep it close and have the ball late, or they don't play from behind.
Yeah.
Because if they play from behind and have to pass that ball, like example, like how Philly did.
Mm-hmm.
Philly played from behind, and then they had to pass, and they did it.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to get blown out.
Yeah,
they're going to get blown out.
And they're going to pressure Jared Goff.
They're going to pressure Jared Goff. They got playmakers in that secondary, and they're going to get after it. As long as they could just play their game plan, sideline to sideline, and then vertical, sideline to sideline with Gibbs, vertical with Montgomery, pass the ball, create passing lanes. They have a chance to win this game. I don't think that's going to happen, though.
I wouldn't be surprised if Matabuke, though, as a one-tech, has a great performance against their center, too. So I'm not going to lie.
And Roquan cleaning up behind him.
Exactly.
I think I have the Ravens winning this game 31-21. Okay. At home, too.
Mm-hmm.
I got 31-21, so.
I want to predict the Ravens.
I think they will win, but it's the Ravens, though.
That's what I'm saying. It's the Ravens. And if Goff lights them up, and they can't run the ball 20 times, right? That's the magic number. Derrick Henry 20 times.
Right.
If Goff gets the ball first and they score, and say the Ravens don't, and it's 10-0, then that's where the Ravens get in trouble. If the Ravens get the ball first and they score, they get to kind of control the whole game, as long as they keep it clean on the offensive side. So I'm going to predict the Ravens, but I could see the Lions winning.
So if you had to put a score on it before we head out of here, if you two could put a score on it, put a score on it. So I got 31-21 Baltimore.
I got 34-20 Baltimore.
Okay. That sounds about right. That's basically the thing.
Yeah, I'm going to go with 31 Ravens, 31-27.
Yeah.
Ravens.
So Ravens clean sweep. Now watch this fucking Ravens end up telling us tonight.
I'm already saying, I this is not one that I'm extremely confident in.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Listen, because bro, I just feel like the Lions defense doesn't match up well, but their offense matches up well though.
Right.
So shit, it could go one of two ways.
I'm just hoping it's a good one. I'm just hoping it's a really good one.
For sure.
And
so
this week, really quick, panic meter in Green Bay. I like that right there. He said 40-31 Lions. That I can see it.
That could happen.
It
could happen.
Oh yeah.
Will it happen? But it could happen. Panic meter on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yep.
Green Bay. 5.
Yeah,
Like,
4 to 5, man. Yeah.
Like,
but hopefully it can go higher if Dallas wins next week.
It will go if they lose to the Cowboys, bro. If they lose to the listen to me, AJ.
Yeah.
They don't lose to the Cowboys no matter what.
Mm.
If the Cowboys had Micah and they, you know what I'm saying, that trade never happened. No, if the Cowboys had Micah and they traded us Kenny Clark, we still would have lost. If they lose to the Cowboys for the first time since what grade was I in? I was in 11th grade.
When's the last time that happened?
2016.
Oh,
yeah. They lost to the Cowboys in Green Bay.
In Green Bay. Green Bay was really
the last time they lost. If they lose this game, that shit needs to shoot up to an 8.
Yeah.
Well, that would be a problem.
I just think like what we saw from yesterday is Cleveland's shutting down everyone's running backs, and then
Cleveland
put in Jordan Love's hands. He could fuck up at any time.
Yeah,
we've been saying this on the show. Like he's either going to be very good, or he could really screw up the game. Like they had a 3rd and 1 play, and he could have just rolled the clock down and took it to the 2 to the end of the quarter, and instead he snaps the ball and takes an 11-yard sack.
Right.
So there's things that he does where it's like, I don't know. Panic meter for me, though, I still think it's like 3. If they're in a positive game script, they're going to kill anybody. But you put it into Jordan Love's hands, I'm not backing him. I think he can make the play, but
he has a lot of Brett Favre in him.
Yeah, a lot of Brett Favre. It's not even like Brett Favre too. It's like a poor man's Brett Favre, you know?
Yeah.
They're gonna go as far as he takes them.
Yeah.
If he can play well, they can make a deep playoff run. If not, it's gonna get ugly. To answer your question though, if they lose to the Cowboys, a team that they never lose to,
hopefully,
and they have the Cowboys' best player, that shit is shooting up to an 8 for me. That is a problem.
That would be an absolute problem. I just don't see that. But we'll talk about that next week.
We'll talk about that probably Friday and next week. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for tuning in, man. Appreciate y'all boys. You know what I'm saying? Birthday weekend went good and then it went bad. But we're back. We got this Monday Night Football game tonight. We'll be back live 10 a.m. tomorrow morning Eastern. Subscribe, turn your notifications on, and I'll see y'all boys tomorrow.
Peace.
Oh, all right, let's get it, man. Yeah, I don't know.